Howdy folks, it's Tulcher here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're going to conclude the Canadian Rockies bush trip. Leg 5, just one leg in this video, but we gotta finish it. And that's it, let's go. And it's rolling away on us like every time for some reason. Not sure what that's all about. First thing we're going to do is repair and refuel. Let's hop outside and see where they put us. Oh, end of the runway. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Alright, let's just enjoy this scenery. Oh my gosh, that autogen, look at that city in the autogen. That is amazing. Now we're talking like 9 out of 10 scenery, because this bush trip started out like a 6 out of 10. And it's only gotten better as we've gone along. Holy cow. That's gorgeous. Let's just take a second here since we only have to do one leg in this video. Look at that road through the trees. Man. Incredible. Trains? No trains in the sim, I don't think. I mentioned in the last video. But you can see the trains in the satellite imagery. Look at this. Wow. And it's all rendered in too, because we've been having some rendering problems. Like the servers can't keep up. But they're keeping up now. Okay, I think I have to turn around. I think, yeah, we're facing the opposite direction. We came from the north. Interesting. Alright, let's see. What are we going to do for this leg? Are we going to follow the valleys, or are we just going to climb? I think we're... Oh, yeah, there aren't any valleys to go here. Well, okay, so here's the funny thing. We can finish the bush trip just by staying in this valley. Just like that. Or we can fly out and look at all this stuff. So how should we do this? What do we want to do? Well... I'm tempted just to stay in the valley, and I'll tell you why. Because we've already looked at 300 mountain peaks in this bush trip. Not 300, but close, right? Probably, let's see, probably 20 mountain peaks or more. Maybe 25 mountain peaks in this bush trip. So do we need to look at more mountain peaks? Let's see what it wants us to do. It wants us to look at a glacier, which is right here. POI 28, and then there's another ice field. So we just looked at a glacier and an amazing ice field in the previous leg. And then there's a peak, 10,000 feet. What's about this peak? It's an ice field, Beatrice Peak, which lies among an ice glaciated mountain. So we've already looked at that. Again, on the British Columbia-Alberta border. This whole bush trip has been along the British Columbia-Alberta border, this whole bush trip. And then that's 30, and then what's 31? Then we're going to go over an airport. Unless that's a mistake. The town of Banff. That doesn't tell me. That's between 30 and 31. Well, 30 is there. 30. Okay, so there's a town and another airport over here. And then there's another town. Okay, that's 31. And then there's a reservoir, which is 32. Actually, I think that's a reservoir. It says that is, but I don't think so. And then there's another peak that's 11,000 feet. Let's see, High Ridge Glaciers, and then Hot Springs. Ooh, Hot Springs. I'll talk about Hot Springs while we fly. That's 34. And then it says 35, but there's no 35. Then we land at this easy to find airport. Okay, so we're going to just stay... Okay, because we've already done 6 or 7 ice fields and over 20-some mountain peaks, we're just going to fly this one out. So, sorry to disappoint anybody who wants to look at every single mountain, but we will go high enough in this interim that we'll be able to see these peaks from the valley. I mean, we've seen all the peaks. We just won't be able to see this town. If you live there, I apologize. We're not going to go check out Canmore. We're not going to check out Banff. Because we've already done so much of this. Otherwise, there you go. GPS seems to be fixed. If you want to see where this is, you can fly it yourself. We're just going to fly to the end. Hot Springs and the mountain peaks. It'd be kind of nice to see those, but then we'll have to circle land. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get enough altitude that we'll be able to see stuff. So don't worry, we'll still see the stuff, except for the towns maybe. Let's go up to 7,000 feet for this. We can see the peaks. And maybe we'll swing by the hot springs. Let's see here. Heading bug, we want to go the opposite direction than where we are now. So let's swing it around. Otherwise, I've enjoyed this bush trip, but I mean, we've had so many mountainous bush trips and we've seen so many mountain peaks. Unless you're from the area or something and you want to see something specific, it's just a lot of the same thing at this point. But I'm still doing most of it, right? Because someone might say, why even bother doing it all? Well, we're going to do most of it. Vertical speed up. Whoops. 1,000 feet per minute. Alrighty. That's it. That's it. Make sure we got one set of flaps down. Parking brake off. And I'm going to hold the brakes even though we don't need to. Very long runway. We'll hand fly us out of here. We'll turn around. And then we'll check out the peaks from our altitude from the valley. And then we'll kind of spot the hot springs. And then land. There we go. A little bit of crosswind. Tailwind. Yeah, brakes to stop the wheels. Gears fixed. We'll get some speed here. Then flaps will come up. We'll get some more speed. And then we'll make a U-turn towards our heading bug. See, hot springs. I am obsessed with hot springs, although I've never actually been to hot springs. Just because of my chronic health issues and pain and everything. I've heard that natural hot springs, like, is the miracle cure, temporarily anyway. My wife, when she went to Washington State for her master's, they would go over to Idaho, and their hot springs they would go to all the time. She's part of an outdoors club in grad school. So yeah, she went to hot springs with groups of like 20, 30 people at a time, and then they would stay in these really rustic cabins, like everybody in like a cabin. And she said that she and her friend always stole like the beds, everyone else slept on the floor. Yeah, so kind of envious of that a little bit, that she got to experience that over and over and over. So there you go. But she said it was just amazing, like between the water temperature and the natural, not chemicals, minerals in the water, and then just being with a bunch of people, so fun, she said. But whoa, what was that? Did you see that? Something pushed us back. That was weird. But anywho, we will see these hot springs perhaps. Otherwise, we'll see what we can see. So we're going to gain some altitude here. Let's get autopilot going. Then we can look around. There we go. There. And we'll head out this way. Fly along the water. Look to the left to see all the peaks. And then I think 34 were the hot springs. Yeah, we might not be able to see 34. We might not be able to see the hot springs from here. That's okay. I can go Google them. Radium Hot Springs. And there's a town there too. Anywho. Anywhere. World-renowned hot springs, huh? Alrighty. I'll Google some stuff after the flight, and you can too, obviously. I don't need me to tell you what to do. You can do whatever you want. But, let's gain a little bit steeper here. But, we're just going to finish this out. Just because we've seen so much of the same thing. So we'll just fly along. I mean, the scenery, though, look at that town. The scenery happens to be the best of the entire trip on this leg. That's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty soon we'll be high enough we'll see all those peaks. We'll look at them, we'll point them out together here. And then we'll come down and land. Simple as that. In the meantime, we'll hop outside, get a good thumbnail perhaps. Maybe something like this. We'll see. And looking back where we came from. Man, why is the scenery so much better now? Why wasn't it this good from the first leg? Look at that. I think it's just rendering better. Sometimes the servers get completely overloaded and it just can't render fast enough. It has nothing to do with my internet connection. I'm like on a like a gigabit connection or whatever. But and my computer can handle it. So it has to be the servers on some days. You can still see the cars driving down there. So cool. Alright, you can see the peaks there, so let's hop out, or hop in. Have a peek down here, yeah. Have a peek at the peaks. Haha, see what I did there. And we'll read about a couple of them here, because you can see a bunch of them. So what are we looking at? We've got, oh yeah, the glaciers, and then the lakes and the peaks. So boom, there's ice fields over here we can't quite see. peaks, there's a town in there, and then the hot springs are right behind here. Simple as that. Let's keep an eye on what we're doing though. Head right towards the airport. I think that's our airport, isn't it? What airport are we going for? Alpha 8. Yeah, that's our airport right there. Yep. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. Not sure what else there is to say, other than let's stay out of the mountains. Let's not hit anything. There we go. Anything else to say? Because if I just cut until we get there, it's going to be a 12-minute video, and that's no fun. So, I don't know. I'm really enjoying these, like, rivers with lakes in there as everything dries up, I guess, or isn't fed. Maybe, I'm sure this was a solid river at one point. Of course it was. Of course it was. But now it's getting low, so now it's just rivers and lakes with the road running next to it. More peaks. We're just below the peak line, I guess, so we're not going to see those ice fields, but that's okay. We've seen several ice fields already. So anyway, where does that leave us? I'm back to the house stuff. Well, we have one more bush trip from the from the Canadian World Update to catch up with bush trips again. It's a long one though. It's like 5 hours or something. I mean, there's been longer, but for right now, they've normally been between 2 to 4 hours. So it's a longer one. It's like 4 or 5 hours. There's only like 4 legs though, but they're all really long legs. So we'll do that bush trip. I can't remember where it is. You'll find out as soon as we start flying it. And then I have so many of my own flights I want to do. It's just when I'm not doing bush trips, I've been doing Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport. I completed Forza Motorsport the other day. I completed all the career stuff because the next Forza Motorsport is coming out spring of 2023, and I want to be completed with Forza Motorsport 7, so I'm ready for the next one. I've been doing the Hot Wheels expansion on Forza Horizon. I just don't make videos of that stuff anymore because it gets 7 views. I don't make the videos for the views, but making content for those games is very, very challenging for me. So to do all that, to figure it out, make it cohesive and all that, then just to have 7 people watch, I'm like, I'm just going to race and be quiet. So I've been doing that when I'm not doing bush trips. That's why I haven't been doing VFR stuff. But I have plenty of VFR stuff I want to do. I have a friend in Norway. I want to fly around this little village / town to see what it looks like from the air. And a bunch of IFR stuff. So lots I want to do, but I'm just focusing on bush trips right now. You can see the cloud shadows got into the satellite image. And there you can see the line of this tile. So yeah, so I've mainly just been doing bush trips for Flight Sim and then Forza when I'm not doing bush trips. I'm just not recording Forza. Haven't touched Minecraft in a while. I've just been racing. It's just been fun to race, I guess. I don't know. I'm not bored of Minecraft. I have a to-do list that's a mile long. I guess I've been doing some Minecraft, just haven't been recording it. I don't know. When I started a YouTube channel 10 some years ago, it was Flight Sim. And now that I've done Flight Sim and Minecraft and racing games and some indie games, I remember I used to do a bunch of indie games and stuff, but I just come back to Flight Sim, come back to my roots, so to speak. But Minecraft, well, I've done 500 between the old channel and this one. I've done 500 Minecraft videos, I think. But I don't know. Just keep coming back to this. This is what I enjoy doing most in terms of recording and making content. I've been enjoying racing too. I just don't enjoy making racing videos. Anywho, I'm just talking this out here because it's a pretty short leg. It's only been 15 minutes. But yeah, just flying along this river thing and looking at the little towns and bridges, and now I can see some mountain peaks. There we go. Just can't see the ice fields. We're not going to see the hot springs, which is fine. I'm going to Google them later. We're going to go around this little mountain here. How are we on our airport? We have quite a ways to go, I guess. I'm going to stop talking because I've been talking for 15 minutes straight. We got about another 15 to 20 minutes to go. So, I think for this leg, I am going to give you some sightseeing. Haven't done that at all on this bush trip, but I'm going to give you some sightseeing for a couple minutes, and then we will reconvene when we get to that airport so that we can make our approach into Alpha 8. Alrighty, enjoy the sightseeing for a couple minutes, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so we should see a tiny airport in this little curly Q here. If you look just within the curly Q, a teeny tiny airport. We're not landing there, but we're going to look for one. Our airport is right here, because if you zoom out a little bit, you've got the big lake, and then we're just to the left of it. So hopefully we can spot our airport, not without much difficulty. I think I see it right there. I think that's it. Let's check a reference image. Yeah, maybe it's over here, but I don't know. We'll see as it comes into view. We'll try to spot this one too. I'm very curious about that. But anyway, the sightseeing views were pretty awesome. This ridge itself is pretty high. Look at that. Wow. And then now we're in a race though to beat my wife out of the shower. She just got home. She's taking a shower. And I want to see if I land before she's done in the shower. So I'm glad we took this shortcut, because we didn't have to fly all the way out there and look at all those things. We could have, but we didn't. So that's just how we decided to do this leg. The hot springs are in this area somewhere, I guess. Town of the same name. And how are we doing here? There's a little curly Q thing. Let's start turning this way. Oh, this way, please. Line up with our thing there. Hop outside. Do we see a little tiny airport down there? Is it going to be like here? Is it going to be that? It's not going to be that. Is it this? Are we going to look out the window and see? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh yeah, maybe. Do you see anything? I think it's this right here. No, I don't know. What does it say? It says it's... Yeah. I don't know. It says it's right here on the GPS. If we line up with this, come out here. I don't see anything there though. Maybe it's this. I think it's that. You know, the GPS puts it like right here. I think it's that. I'm just glad we don't have to land there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's gonna be this. Interesting, because if you look at the GPS, it puts it way over there. Huh. Interesting. Alright, doesn't matter. Time to find our own destination here. Coming up. Oh yeah, I did not get the elevation for this one. What is our elevation here? Elevation is going to... Come on, zoom out, please. You don't have to, it's right here. 2820. 1533, we're looking at 15. At 2820. So let's start coming down. Actually, we'll just take over. And we're going to look for this airport, which is supposed to be right here somewhere. I don't see anything obvious, do you? Because it shows this little thing, a river, then right when the thing starts. So there's a river, that's right where the thing starts. So it's over here or something? Interesting. Very interesting. Well, it shows it there, right along the river part. So okay, there it is. I was looking over here. It is there. So I don't know if that's the thing I picked up from a million miles away. I think it is. Doesn't matter. But we see it now. Barely, but it's there. And we're coming kind of hot. But I think we'll be okay. We'll be putting off flaps soon, and that'll bleed out speed. You're not supposed to use flaps to descend. I mean, to slow down. They're not brakes. But they will work that way in our favor. Gear's already down because it's fixed. We're definitely coming in hot. Let's give ourselves some room here so we have room to bleed off speed. Get close to the train because we can. Why not? We're farther away than it looks, but that is beautiful right there. Wow. Great way to end this bush trip. There we go. First set of flaps. We'll come back. Second set of flaps. And again, it's a very long runway. We have more than enough space. And there are trees. And looking at the town. Cool. So, concluding this bush trip, I like it. It's not my most favorite, but it's above average in terms of my favorites. I don't feel guilty cutting through on the last leg here just because it was so much of the same thing. So, yeah. Anyway. I was nervous about this one because it's mountain flying, but it was, of all the mountain flying bush trips we've done, it was probably one of the easier ones, of if you just isolate the mountain ones. But I liked it, but I am looking forward to the next one already, because it's not mountains. I can't remember where it is, but we'll find that out when we get there. So here we go. We could have approached from the other side where there weren't trees. But that's okay, as long as we don't touch them. So we're going to go over the tops of the trees, and then we'll aim down. Are we over the trees? We should be good. Okay, here we go. And we'll just bleed it off by hovering over the runway. We've got plenty of runway, including reversers. A little bit of crosswind, I'm not going to worry about it. There's ground effect. Touch down ever so gently. And there you go, reversers. Neil's nose wheel down gently. That wasn't very gentle, but it's okay. And reversers disengaged. And there we go, plenty of runway left. Wasn't my best landing, but it wasn't the worst either. So there we go. Very, very, very simple. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We did a little different style in the video making and the way we flew it, but we've done almost 30 of these now, so I think it's fine. We did a different way of doing it. Like and subscribe so you see the next bush trip as well as some VFR stuff I have planned, and I'll see you then.